Broadway, Dance Upon a Dreamers. I'm outside Jersey Boys, and it just so happens that one of your judges is actually in the show. Let's go inside and meet the man. Well, we're here. Peter Gregus, our judge on Dance Upon a Dream. We're here at his dressing room. Let's go and say hello to him. Hello, Peter.
Hello, Dance Upon a Dreamers. Welcome to my dressing room. Let me show you around. This is my ukulele. I'm learning how to play this between scenes. I don't know how yet, but I'll get there. Let's see. This is our little PT corner. We have our little ball and our little ever necessary roller. Hanging above our heads, we have Audrey 3, named after Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors. Can you believe this plant started as a little tiny ball this big, and now it's this huge piece. And these are some of my costumes. My Act 1 opening scene and my Act 2 opening scene. Where's my bunny slippers? Let's focus on me, seriously. Oh my globe. This was from a friend of mine to remind me that I live in the best city in the world.
Thank you, Peter Gregus is here in his dressing room. Our judge on Dance Upon a Dream. Now, how was your show? Was it a good show?
Good. We had a matinee. It was great. The audience was on their feet and screaming at the top of their lungs by the end.
Now, how long have you been in the show?
I've been in Jersey Boys for almost 7 years. 7 years on
That's
Broadway.
a long time, dancers. If you, that's good though.
I'm a very lucky guy. I have
Yeah.
the best job on Broadway, and it's so much fun.
And Peter originated the role of Bob.
Bob Crew, who wrote, co-wrote and produced all the original 4 seasons of music. I also was the dance captain for 5 years and fight captain, so I was in charge of creating...
Fight captain? What's fight captain?
Fight captain, there's a lot of hitting and slapping and lunging at each other. And it's like being a dance captain for fighting, to make sure that people are being safe and do it correctly and don't hit each other really hard.
Wow, well we're going to hit you with some questions that are going to be a little hard. Some of our friends at Dance Upon a Dream on the Facebook page have put some questions together. And, well, do you want to start?
Yeah,
I've got to get my computer. Here we go.
All right.
So, we want to ask you, what's the worst and best memory of high school?
Oh, the worst. The worst is... God, that's a difficult question. There's so many.
Were you bullied?
I was bullied a lot. I was the youngest of 5 boys. My older brothers were jocks. They were football players and wrestlers and basketball players, and so they had a very strong reputation in school for being athletes. And then I came along wearing tights, and they did not like that very much. But I had a very good circle of friends who really wouldn't let people push me around too much. They were great guys and girls, and as much as I was bullied on one side, I was loved on the other. So it kind of balanced out.
And do you have people come and see you in the show now?
I do. It's really funny. I have a lot of people who I went to high school with, and who weren't necessarily my best friends. And after all these years, they're kind of surprised and impressed at my job.
If you had the chance to go back in time for 24 hours,
Whoa.
where would you go and when?
I would go to buy Apple stock.
Buy Apple stock,
That's
yes.
right there. I would go to when I was in 5th grade, and myself as a boy, and just let myself know that it was going to be okay.
Wow.
That's where I would go.
Did you hear that? It's all going to be okay. That's
But
good.
you know what? Would that change the rest of my life then?
Who knows? That's
because
interesting.
I didn't think it was going to be okay then.
Right.
And I think that kind of pushed me to get further in my life is having that struggle. I always believe that people who have struggle in their lives are the ones who strive and survive, as opposed to being handed everything and not having to put up any effort at all. I mean, that's kind of like what we're doing with Dance Upon a Dream. Is like you have your dream out there and you want to make it, you want it to come to life. And whatever part of the world you're in, you now have a place to go to make that happen. So I think it's a very valuable thing. This world is getting smaller and smaller through the internet, and we're glad to have you be part of this, because that way we can help share your dream and make it real.
Wow, that was good. Yeah, get those videos in. Mac or PC?
Mac.
Love it. Rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 of how weird you are.
Oh God. Well, I'll be honest. I'm about a 5 now.
Right.
I used to be a 9. Black hair, black fingernails.
Were you gothic?
I was a little goth. A little goth in me, like in late high school.
I think that's called emo now.
Yeah, back then it was called emo. Yeah, but it was. I was a little goth, and then I was a little. I would like to say, fairy child, and not like I just felt like I was not part of the earth for a while, and I would wear. I just felt like I wanted to be part of the air. And that was like, yeah. And,
like Peter Pan? Like
yeah,
you
exactly,
to fly?
exactly. Like in my 20s, I was very like,
that's good. I still live like that.
Whee,
flying! What is the most amount of pirouettes you've ever done?
6.
6?
Yes.
Pretty nice.
In my 20s, 6.
6.
Not like...
So I've got to ask you, what's your favourite video you've seen so far on Dance Upon a Dream?
By far, Thomas.
Yep.
His video is called, the dance is called 9 Crimes.
That's it, yep. He was our first male contestant.
Astonishing, beautiful line and feet and passion. I mean, it was.
Yep.
It's one thing to be able to, stick your leg up by your head. That's lovely, and I know a lot of people can do that. But it's my tattoo, by the way. It's Michelangelo, and I picked it because it's a person's reaching, striving, grabbing for something in out of their own reach, and that's
just
what I
like
believe.
the dancers.
Just like the dancers. But back to this guy. He, it's one thing to be able to do all this technical stuff, but if you don't live it and give it some reason for happening, it really doesn't make any difference to me. I'd rather see somebody who's like a little bit less and something going on here, and this guy was able to combine both of that stuff.
Wow, so there you go, guys.
The feet look like hooks.
They're brilliant.
He can hang from a bar just from his feet. Like, that's how pointed they are. They're crazy.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Well, I'm going to put my computer away now.
Right.
I have to say thank you very much for letting us come backstage to your dressing room in between shows. He's a very busy man, and we hope to see more of you, and we're glad that you're watching all our dances.
I want to see more of you. Get your videos online now.
Ooh.
Come on.
Get them on.
It's very exciting, and it's so exciting to watch young talent from all over the globe just exploding in front of us. It's really, really thrilling. The wonderful thing is, and I'm going to tell you all, if you can come through that camera and touch us through the internet, that's something special. To go beyond just the camera and come into my heart and into my head and make me feel something, that's really miraculous. So come on, get those videos in. Get going.
Enough said. This has been Dance Upon a Dream TV. Bye.